Hey guys, what's going on? If you're new here, welcome. My name is BrittanyNichole. I have hooded eyes and I tend to do a lot of hooded eyeshadow tutorials here on my YouTube channel that are informative, achievable, and simple. But today we're doing something a little bit different. Today we are taking a look at the new Wet n Wild Rebel Rose limited edition collection. This launched, I believe, 2 Fridays ago, so not this past, the Friday before, and I received it on Monday or Tuesday, one of the two. This is the kit that has the 2 brushes, the 4 eyeshadow palettes, and the 4 lippies. I believe this was $39.99 or $49.99, and they also had a collection like this that was all the skincare that dropped with the collection, and then they had like a full-on PR box where you could get everything, and I think that was around $80. The reason I didn't pick up the $80 one is because there were some items in like the skincare box that didn't really tickle my fancy, but I did go to Walgreens yesterday to see if this was available and they were fully stocked. So I did end up picking the Photo Focus Rose Toner and then the Serum de Base a la Rose because I just couldn't resist. I wanted to give it a try. I'll talk about the toner and my thoughts about it in a second, but I also picked up a new concealer from Jordana that we're going to try out today as well. So if you are interested in seeing my first impressions, because I haven't really played with this yet, go ahead and keep watching. Okay, so like I said, I saw my local Walgreens had this fully stocked, so I went ahead and picked up the toner. I kept putting it down and picking it up and putting it down and picking it up because I don't know why someone would apply a toner after they've already done all their skincare. So before I get on camera, I do all of my skincare. If I can put on my primer, if I'm not showing you a primer, I'll do that and let it sink in for 15 minutes. So why someone would apply a toner over their skincare, I don't really get, but we're gonna give it a try. It's supposed to be a hydrating toner. It doesn't give any kind of description on the bottle itself, so you'll have to go online if you wanna see a description of it. I find when I do these videos, when I go into the description of things, the videos end up being super, super long. So let me know if you'd rather I talk about the descriptions in the video and have a longer video, or just mention them, see how they perform, gather my own personal thoughts on it, and then you guys can go do your research. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray like 3 sprays of this on my face. I could tell immediately when I peeled off the like packaging, it smelled so much like roses. So if you're sensitive to smells, I don't think you'll like this one. I can tell right off the bat before spraying it. So we'll do 4. Very, very light mister. It got in my mouth, tastes horrible. I feel like it barely even got anything on my face, so I'm gonna spray a little bit more. It's a very, very fine mist, which I like, so I might, if I don't like the product, I might use the bottle for something else, but yeah, like I said, it smells very, very rosy, so if you are sensitive, don't pick this up. It almost seems like it's more of like a primer spray. I didn't smell any alcohol in it. Like I said, the ingredients aren't on this, so I don't know, but it is drying down rather fast. Like it's pretty much dry on my skin now. So this will have to be one of those I keep trying and I'll let you know. I'm not gonna see like a huge difference right now, obviously, because it's a toner, but I'll keep playing with this. Maybe I'll incorporate it into my actual skincare routine and rotate it out with the current toner that I'm using. But I mean, I like how roses smell and I don't mind the smell of it, but very heavily scented and it is totally dried down at this point. So we're gonna go ahead and go in with the next product, which is the Photo Focus Rose Primer Serum. Again, no directions on the bottle itself, so you'll have to go online, but I'm pretty sure this is kind of a play on like the Farsali serums. It kind of has the same like texture from what I can see in the bottle. So I'm gonna go ahead and do like all the Instagram models do. Took me a couple of times to get all the product up in there, but we'll just tears, forehead, a little more there, a little more there. And I'm just gonna use my fingers to rub that in. Okay, I actually really like how that feels. It feels just like if I was applying like a regular serum. I need a little bit more. I'm just gonna put like 3 drops on my hands. apply that to the nose and the chin. This is not as heavily scented as the spray, the toner, at all. I don't know if I'm just like thrown off from smelling the toner, but I barely smell anything in this. It does definitely leave a little bit of a sticky texture. I think you guys can see it's kind of like my skin is kind of sticking to my hands, but that could be a really good thing for holding on to foundation. I just want to grab a closer mirror to make sure there's not any glitter, because the product itself does look a little shimmery. No, I don't see any glitter. I see that I need to pluck the heck out of my eyebrows, but we're just gonna ignore that today. It didn't fill any pores. I don't think I look super hydrated, but I really like that sticky base because I think it's gonna make my foundation go on really well. So I'm not doing a foundation review today, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply my L'Oreal Fresh Wear. I'll let you know how it applies after I come back, but I am gonna do that off camera to save some time. So I will be right back with my foundation. All right, foundation is on. It went on beautifully. I also put my brows on, obviously. I wanted to get that out of the way. I don't feel like it looks any different than how it would look if I was using one of my normal primers. So I don't know, I'll have to keep trying this and update you guys. My skin is definitely on the dry side. Again, it's been so freaking cold and windy in Chicago. It was kind of warmer yesterday at like 30 degrees, but yeah, I'm gonna have to keep giving this a try. So I obviously don't have on concealer yet because I do want to give the Jordana concealer a try. I thought this looked so much like the ColourPop concealer, obviously because of the packaging, but I thought I would just go ahead and try it out on camera and see what I think. This is the shade 05 Nude. Somebody told me that Milani owns Jordana. I think this is going to be a little too orange for under my eyes for my liking. I prefer more of a neutral, but they didn't have undertones listed. But anyway, somebody told me that Milani owns Jordana, and you guys know how much I like that Milani concealer now, so I'm hoping this will work out pretty well. I may have applied a little too much, but let's go ahead and see how it blends out. All right, that blended out really, really easily. It doesn't look drying yet. I don't think this is one I'm gonna wanna set though. I feel like it's almost setting itself pretty quickly, so I do wanna blend this side out pretty quick. Once I blended that out, I actually think that looks pretty good as far as color. So I'm gonna go ahead and just add a little bit more in these areas that typically get a little more red. All right, so after blending it out in these areas, I do feel like it's actually looking a little more dry under the eye. So like I said, I think this one is setting itself down. Now it says it's a full coverage concealer. It's definitely not full coverage. I'd say more like medium coverage. Maybe you could build it up, but I'm not gonna add to this because I think it's gonna make everything look a little more dry. So I'm gonna let that hang out for a little while. Again, this isn't gonna be one that I'm gonna say like, oh, I love it, I hate it. I'm gonna have to keep testing it. Right now I'm like, it's okay. I hope it doesn't set down and dry anymore, or look any more dry rather, because this is really to the point where I'm like, okay, we can stop looking dry now. It's really just looking dry right in this area and this area. I feel like you can even see on camera right there, it looks a little bit brighter because it looks a little dry. So this isn't a concealer review. I just want to go ahead and throw that in there as a little bonus. So let's go ahead and get into the products in the little eyeshadow lippy PR kit. So the first thing we have are these rose brushes. Now, are these brushes practical? No. I was kind of playing with the eye one. I'll show it up close in a second here. And you kind of end up hitting your own face with the plastic part, so I definitely think these are a little more for show than like being practical, but I think they're so cute, which is why I wanted to get them. I would totally display these. Now, I don't have like a separate room where I film in my dining room, so I'm not gonna like leave these out on my dining room table, but if I had a vanity, I would definitely leave these out because they're super cute. I think these would make really cute pens, which is kind of funky, but yeah, I mean, they're cute, but like I was playing like this, and the tip of it, the plastic part, was hitting my face, which could really kind of interfere with an eyeshadow look. Now, I do think that this for blush might work, but it's a pretty dense, large head, so it might be a little much for blush. We'll go ahead and try it out today along with the eyes, but I thought these were so cute. I think they're around $8.99, $7.99, something like that. So if you're gonna use them, I mean, that's not horribly priced. I think some Morphe and BH brushes are priced like that, but I do think that their regular pro brush line is much better. I picked up another one of the blending brushes. This is one of my favorite blending brushes. What are you called? The P20. I love this. So I guess let's go ahead and start with the eyeshadows. So there's 3. I think I said 4 in the beginning. I did not mean 4. There are 3 eyeshadows and 1 cream blush. I'm trying to get these out, which is why I'm making this funky face right here. I did play with the cream blush when I got it, and not good. I'll show you when I get these out here. Okay, so the cream blush is black, and then as you blend it out, it turns into kind of a berry shade. So I'll show you. You can see it on my finger there. I think it kind of reacts with your pH. Stop focusing on my face and focus on my finger. Thank you. But when you go to blend it out, it looks black at first, see? And you kind of have to blend that out. But I still feel like you can see a little bit of black. There you go. So I feel like you can still see a black undertone, and I just don't like that. So I will not be using this. I don't like cream blushes in general. I don't like cream highlights. I much prefer powder. So I'm gonna donate this if I can. I mean, I've obviously swatched it. It's just not my cup of tea. I wish instead of this, they had included like one of the skincare items in this like PR box-ish collection thing, you know what I mean? But I am very excited about the eyeshadows. All right, so this one is called House of Thorns. I really love that green shade. I think that'll be super pretty. This one is Secret Garden Rendezvous. The purple and pink in this one are stunning, and I think that white shade is gonna be a beautiful highlight. All right, and this one is Bed of Roses, which is very similar to Secret Garden Rendezvous. It just doesn't have that gray shade in it. So let me show you all of them. All right, and this is all 3 of them together. Now, obviously, these 2 over here are very similar. So if I wasn't getting this in the package, I'd probably get this one and probably this one over here. All right, so I'm between going in with these 2. I definitely think this is gonna be more of a challenge for me. This is more of my comfort zone. So this is Bed of Roses, this is House of Thorns. Like I said, these are the 2 I would pick if I didn't purchase it in the little collection box. So I think I'm gonna go in with Bed of Roses today. So this isn't gonna be a tutorial, but I do wanna show you how this brush kind of performs. I wanna go ahead and blend this out and kind of set my lid first since I haven't done that. All right, so we are missing a, transition shade. So I'm just gonna take my Becca Khloe and I'm gonna go in with the bronzer in this, and I'm gonna just throw that into my crease area. I'm gonna try it with the little rose brush, but I have a feeling this is gonna be way too dense and tiny for what I need. So let's go ahead and just give it a whirl here. The thing is, you really gotta kind of hold your hand out if you're gonna use this. I just wish that they had applied the like rose part a little bit lower, but then it might not look so much like a rose, you know what I mean? So it's obviously working. It's just awkward and uncomfortable. So I'm gonna put that down and go in with the P20 from Wet n Wild. So I'm just gonna work that out really quickly. This will just give me a nice even blend. And then I'm gonna go ahead and kind of fast forward through the eye look. If you guys do want an eye tutorial on this, I will definitely give it to you. I just want to kind of give you guys like my overall first impressions, and I don't want this video to be too long. So, all right, so I actually changed my mind a little bit. I'm actually gonna play with a little bit of all of the palettes. So I'm gonna start with Secret Garden Rendezvous and take the pink, well, burgundy shade in this on a Real Techniques brush. And I'm going to work this into the outer V and crease first. Yeah, it's definitely a little patchy on the outer corner, which isn't typical for Wet n Wild shadows. I'm gonna jump over to the Bed of Roses and grab the darker burgundy in this palette and see if we could fix some of that. I'm only gonna take a touch. I'm gonna turn this into a halo eye because we've got shimmer and I want to. So I'm gonna take those same two colors and go on the inner corner. I feel like this is so different from the Wet n Wild formula that I am used to. I have never had an issue with Wet n Wild being patchy. So I wonder if this is like a different formula or what. And it doesn't look horrible. It just doesn't seem to want to apply right there. Alright, so I finished up both sides. I did end up going with a little bit of this shade as well from the House of Thorns. So I've used one shade from each of the palettes and I actually like it a little bit more now. I just don't get why right there it's a little bit patchy. I feel like I've built it up so it looks okay now, but there was some work I had to put in there that I'm not used to with Wet n Wild palettes. So I do want to go ahead and start kind of doing that halo eye. I'm going to see how it looks just going in. I'm torn between the frosty shade here and the pinkish shade here, but I think I'm gonna go in with the pinkish shade and then I'll take the frosty shade and put that on the inner corner. So the pink shade is in the Bed of Roses and I'm just gonna take a concealer brush for that and I'm going to spray it, I think. Yeah, I think this is definitely gonna need a little bit of a spritz of something. And I'm gonna go into that pink shade. I'm hopeful that this is gonna be pigmented enough that I don't have to use a concealer. Yeah, actually, I think it is. Maybe we'll do this and actually pop a little bit of the white shade in the middle. Ooh, definitely getting fallout with that. Did not realize. Okay, let me quickly wipe that. Yeah, that's a little too much fallout. Let me try with my finger. Definitely better with the finger, but still fallout. So be careful with that. But that looks pretty good. So I'm gonna even these up. It's definitely not 100% opaque. I think a concealer under this would make it pop a lot more, but I'm not trying to do all that right now. And I do have quite a bit of glitter fallout under my eyes. I'm sure you guys can kind of see that. So I'm just gonna try to dust away what I can. Whatever. Like I said, when I wear glitter, I've got to kind of commit to the glitter. So I'm gonna just take a smaller brush. This is an e.l.f. smudge brush. I'm hoping this will work. And I'm gonna take that lighter shade in the Secret Garden Rendezvous palette, and I'm just gonna kind of put that right down the center. No, that's not doing anything. That's actually lifting the pink, so I'm not gonna do that. And I don't wanna go in and blend the edges too much because I don't want more fallout, so I'm just gonna tap them a little. All right, and then with a little pencil brush, I'll go in with that lighter shade. Let me quickly apply some bronzer. I'll come on and show you how I apply the blush with this guy. We'll see how it turns out, but I do want to get some bronzer on my face because I feel like I look really pale right now and I want to kind of fix that. So I'll be right back. All right, bronzer's on. I went in with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in bronzer, and I'm gonna go in with the Rose Powder Blush from Milani. I'm not sure how this is gonna work. Let's see. It's definitely applying it a lot more pigmented than I typically like to go in. I usually use my Japonesque Kumadori, I think it's called the Kumadori as well. I'm not sure. I'll list it down below, but that blush brush, which is a lot less dense. So this is gonna give you a pretty hefty blush application. Doesn't seem to be lifting anything under, which is nice, but you could see on this side how harsh that looks right there because it's round and dense. So I'm going to take my sponge and just kind of work some of that out. I like the eye brush better than I like this, but this is a little more rose shaped and cute, but I don't know how often I'll be grabbing for that, to be honest. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna apply some mascara, some lashes. I don't think I'm gonna do liner today. I've been doing a lot of liner and I'm just kind of sick of it. And then we'll go in with the lippies and I will give you my overall thoughts. I think this video is gonna be so long and I thought it wasn't gonna be, so I'll be right back. All right, so I didn't end up putting on any falsies. I just didn't want to and I don't think the look needs it. I think it might actually take away a little bit from the halo look. So I did apply a little bit of the Lancome Black Ebony eyeliner. It's a little less harsh than my Physicians Formula Glide On Gel Liner, which I love, so I like this for this look. And then I went in with the CoverGirl Exhibitionist Mascara. I've been loving this. I love that it's not a super wet formula, so I can really get in there and build up my lashes without getting a ton of mascara all over my eyes, if that makes sense. So let's go in and finish this up with these lippies. So the kit, or why do I keep calling it a kit? The collection came with 2 of the high shine lipsticks and 2 of the matte lipsticks. So there is a purple matte lipstick. Let me just show you what that looks like. I don't think I would ever wear this color, so this will probably go straight into the women's shelter donation. There's this shade right here. My eyeliner just rolled off my table. This is something I would probably wear more around like Christmas time. It might look kind of pretty with this look. The only thing is I really don't like matte liquid lipstick formulas. It gets really, really dry on my lips and I can't stand it anymore. So I very rarely go in with a matte liquid lipstick. And then there's 2 of these liquid Catsuit high shine lipsticks. So there's a lighter pink and a little bit more of a dusty rose. That's what those look like. So I think I'm gonna go in with the light pink and only the light pink today. So I am gonna go ahead and just line my lips real quick with Whirl from MAC. All right, so let's go ahead and go in with Petal Poison, which is the high shine lip stick. Oh wow, yeah, that's really pigmented. A very pink look for me. Like I've said in other videos, I'm not like huge into pink. Let's try to add a little bit of Bud Romance, the other high shine lipstick, kind of more of a purple shade. Oh no, no, no. That's gonna be way too purple. Bad idea, bad idea. Abort. All right, I think we're gonna leave it at that. The more I look at this eyeshadow, the more I actually like it. So let's just quickly do a roundup of all the products that I tried. So the blush is an absolute no-go for me. You can still see it on the back of my hand here, and you could just see that like dark undertone of it. It just looks kind of gray. So I don't think this would look good for anybody. I do not recommend this. I'll have to get back to you on the 2 skincare products. I mean, the toner was nice. I don't think it made my makeup look any different. Same thing with the serum. I liked how the serum felt, but I don't feel like my makeup really looks any different from using it, but I'll keep trying these and I will give you an update. As for the eyeshadows, like I said, the more I'm wearing this, the more I like it. You saw I struggled a little bit with the outer corners and patchiness. I think you could still kind of see it on camera there. Typically, that's not a problem I run into with Wet n Wild shadows, so I don't know if this is a different formulation, but they're so pretty with the little imprint of like a rose, so I'll keep trying these, and I really do like this look a lot. The more I look at it, like I said. What else do we have in here? As far as the lipsticks, I'm gonna just donate the matte lipsticks because I'm just not into the formula of any matte lipstick, so I'd rather give these to somebody who will use them, but I really do like this formula for the high shine liquid lip. It's very comfortable. It is a little more on the thick side, so if you're not into thicker lip glosses, you might not like it. I do feel like though, the more I wear it, the more it's kind of drying down and feeling a little more comfortable than it did at first. And I think that's it, right? Oh, the brushes. Do I think you need the brushes? No, especially not this one. It's just kind of awkward. Maybe if you apply some kind of foundation with it, it might work. I'll keep playing with it. Same thing for the eye brush. It's just kind of awkward with where the plastic starts on it because you end up hitting your eye and that's a little bit annoying. So I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know if you guys have any questions below. As far as this concealer from Jordana, I'm gonna have to keep trying it out. I didn't end up setting it, and I don't feel like I need to set it. It's not settling into my lines too much, but I'll keep playing with that as well and give you guys an update with that. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions, as always, please leave them down below. If you're interested in seeing any more videos from me, I post every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central and every Sunday at 12 noon Central. Please subscribe. It means the world to me. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. It helps me a lot, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.